here is more humid, hot.
Yeah. Now this is very tropical.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is a very humidity-controlled environment. Why is humidity important here?
Because koji spores, they need certain humidity and temperature to grow comfortably for them.
Okay, so that's why I feel like I'm doing a little trip down to the Bahamas right now. So what's the current temperature at?
I think in the room it's around 30 degrees, less than 30, like 27.
I see humidity controllers. I see a lot of instruments to give you information.
Right. Yeah, we really need a specific temperature and humidity so that we always are very careful to maintain those environment all the time. So my husband always stay here almost like 20 hours.
Because what happens if you don't maintain the right environment?
The temperature of koji will dramatically goes up, and then the koji enzyme will be killed by itself. So that's the reason that we really need to take care of them.
So there are two racks in front of us. They kind of look like pastry racks, right? That's what they're traditionally used for. And what is in there?
Actually, traditionally, we use wooden kind of like sauna rooms, but here, like it's pretty difficult to build up sauna room here. So instead of sauna room, we use bakery rack with the covers to keep the temperature and humidity in the rack as well.
Mm-hmm. So the traditional Japanese way of doing koji, you would let the fauna, I could say, like install itself in the wood used to do the recipe. It's not the case here.
No, that is why like we use kind of like substitute items, but like that's the way we try to make koji in Canada. Not like
Has it been hard?
It is hard because the rack and also the covers doesn't keep the way we want, but we're used to. But like, yeah, of course, also wood has a lot of like natural yeast and all stuff. So yeah,
that's not transferred in the koji.
No.
So how long have you been preparing this environment?
So the first day we have to steam the rice and we inoculate the spore on it. And then for 48 hours, we continuously give the certain temperature, which is 27 to 30 degrees, and humidity as well. Then after that, we take out from the rack the koji and we dehydrate it.
I'm thinking the summer coming will make it more easier for you.
Well, I would say yes. But for dehydration, it's also difficult to dehydrate.
Why?
Because summer has more humidity naturally, so to remove also humidity at the end of the process, that's also our challenge as well.
And then the winter it's drier, so therefore
exactly.
It's easier.
In the container, we wrap koji with
Okay, there's
cloth.
a towel.
Yes, so that it's like a koji bed.
Aha.
So they're now kind of like a mushroom. Yeah, spore is called like mushroom in French. So the mushroom is growing right now in the container.
Okay, there we go. Wow. So good night, koji.
Probably.
Got a lot of cloths.
I think it's really completely wrapping here.
That's okay. Don't please. I wouldn't want you to lose all that koji. Thank you for showing it, though. So this is the fermentation room.
Yep.
There's another room there. So let's go. It's nice and cool here. Hi.
Here's my husband Yota.
Nice to meet you.
And this room is more kitchen side and lab. So we have like steamer here and small induction ovens. So we are here making miso with koji. And also to steam koji rice, we use convection oven.
Hi.
I'm Yota Suzuki, and I always making koji here. And,
So you wrapped up the koji nice and warm in there. When is it going to be ready?
Yeah, for the next process, it's gonna be around 4 o'clock.
And what's going to happen then?
Then I'm going to mix up the koji rice because they will have lots of energy and heat, and the temperature is too much high, so I have to take care of them and then make it cool down a little bit.
Are you going to use some wood? Are you going to use your hands? How do you mix that up?
Just hand.
Yeah, just your hands.
Yeah, hand with a glove.
It's a very traditional way of creating the koji. Where did you learn?
Before I worked in the sake brewery in Japan, and I learned at that place. So for sake brewing, the process takes so long. So
You learned how to make sake, but we're here in a koji making facility. So can you explain the link between the two?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the koji is key ingredients for brewing sake. The sake is made from koji and steamed rice and water. The making koji is one of the most important process for brewing sake. So
Is it the hardest?
it's hardest and it's important process.
It's hard, it's important. There are a lot of traditions surrounding the creation of koji and sake. What interested you in that?
I like the taste of sake, so that's why I'm interested in how to brew it.
Just start from scratch, just starting from the koji. Right now we're not making sake. You're really focusing on the koji. So you're kind of hinting to the future. Is that the ultimate goal for you to be able to make some sake from your koji?
Yeah, that's what we want right now. And but for now, we don't have permission for brewing sake, so focus on making koji and making miso from my koji. But maybe in the future, I want to brew sake from my koji too. So
I truly wish that for you.
Yeah,
I do. So what's the biggest challenge in making koji here in this environment?
The equipment, we cannot get traditional equipment in Canada, so I have to find something instead of Japanese things. So that is difficult part. For now, I'm really get used to this environment, and now I feel I don't need Japanese traditional things. I can do my way with this environment. So if we use a stainless or plastic things, the water concentration is going to be happen, and the rice is going to be wet. So we have to think about how to prevent the koji is going to be wet. So I can use lots of cloths and something like that.
So that explains why you have so many cloths surrounding your koji, because it absorbs all of the humidity.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's right.
Like the fact that you're making the koji here in a stainless steel environment, do you think that gives like a flavor profile to the koji here in North America that is completely different to the ones that you'll find in Japan, for example?
I don't think it's that much differences as a point of profile view. But I believe that our koji is really high grade because he's making koji really artisanal. So we don't use like any mass production machine and all stuff. So to use koji, I think our koji is pretty effective to ferment something else with koji.
Okay, so that brings us to the transformation of the products. Can you explain what the combi oven is?
We use combi oven for steaming rice before inoculating koji spore. But right now we are also fermenting salt koji, which tenderize meat and all proteins, and also elevates the umami profile. So right now here in combi oven we have salt koji fermenting right now. We make all the products by the demand of chef. So here one restaurant in Montreal, they ordered salt koji. So today we make small batch of the salt koji here.
So what do chefs do with the salt koji?
With the salt koji, they marinate meat, fish with this. So the koji has really many kinds of enzyme. So that enzyme works well to tenderize the protein.
So instead of using salt, they'll use the koji.
Yeah. So even though you have like not tender meat, probably it works to tenderize and elevates umami flavor of the meat.
How would you explain umami to someone who doesn't understand?
Umami is it's called fifth flavor. Usually, like we feel sweet, bitter, hot, sour. But umami is something that we don't know, like je ne sais quoi. But it's really like something definitely feels like very delicious in the plates.
In the 90s, it was a flavor associated to MSG. Mm-hmm. Clearly, it's a flavor associated to fermentation.
Mm-hmm. That's MSG is, of course, the image of MSG. Of course, it's artificial, it's additive. But for koji, it's all natural. So it's really I would say natural tenderizer with salt koji. And we have other interesting products in the boutique as well.
Let's go see. So we have in front of us two pretty big commercial refrigerators. And in there you have, can you describe what you have in front of us?
Sure. First, we have rice koji and barley koji. So the rice koji, we inoculate 3 kinds of spores, which is protease oriented. So it's decompose the structure of protein. And also one is amylase oriented. So that helps to decompose the structure of starch of the rice. And it's all purposes. It's like well balanced of amylase and protease. And barley koji is from Quebec. We inoculate also a protease-oriented spore on it, so you can make miso with this. You can use for marinade.
Where are the spores from? Have you now created your own fauna, or?
We bring the spores from Japan in order to just to be sure that not other mold or not other champignon will get on the koji rice, because we always like customers safe is the first priority, but eventually like we'd like to grow our own koji spore when we have certain facility here.
Is it hard for you to import that from Japan?
Not really. Like nowadays it's pretty easier because koji spore is a part of mold. So the custom overseas, they consider like it's really like not for health. It's like really mold. So we have to prove that it's safe to eat, it's nothing wrong, and it's a lot of paperwork happen.
I see that you use koji to create miso, shoyu koji, shio koji. You have so many different products here. What's the most popular here?
I would say miso. Miso is pretty well known in Western people as well, probably because of miso soup. And also like we collaborate many restaurants in Montreal, so that also like really a good collaboration to get like more visibility for miso, not only for koji.
It's beautiful white miso made with Quebec soybeans. Yes. Congratulations for having a very local. Is it hard for you to find the local products in order to create all of these?
Yes, especially like our challenge is rice because we cannot grow rice in Quebec right now.
No, but you have barley.
Yes, so that's really a good choice for us. As long as it's grain, we can inoculate the spore on it. So eventually also we are looking into more variety of grains from Quebec to inoculate our koji spores on it.
Which one is your favorite product here?
Yeah, we are right now collaborating also many restaurants to reduce gaspillage, like food
waste. Yeah.
So for example, here is like croissant miso. So they serve,
What?
they serve a lot of croissant in breakfast, and I think they have a lot of leftover. So we dry it out, and then we ferment croissant with koji rice. Then it's croissant miso.
Can I have a taste of that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, I've never seen this before. I've never heard of this before. So you're reducing food waste using a spore.
Yes, exactly.
You're transforming waste into something new and flavorful.
Exactly. So the chef again can use wasted food waste to another plates in their cooking.
So literally just putting the rice in contact with food.
Yes, and salt. It's 3 ingredients like koji, salt, and food waste kind of things.
This has never happened to me before. I'm very excited now. Thank you.
Okay with the blue cheese?
I'm okay with blue cheese. Why are you asking?
Because croissant has a certain fat, and during the fermentation, that fat develops the taste of blue cheese.
Okay, can I smell first?
Yeah, sure. It's really blue cheese.
Wow. Okay, so first off, I have to say that this looks like the dough of your miso. It looks like the white miso. My God, it smells like blue cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very, very interesting transformation from croissant to croissant miso.
Yeah. How do you explain that it smells like blue cheese? What developed in there?
That fat in the croissant.
Which is butter?
Butter, yeah. Butter. That's actually like transforming blue cheese taste profile. So if you don't really see if you don't, if I don't tell you that croissant miso, probably like you don't believe this is from croissant. It's like really,
I would not believe you at all.
blue cheese.
No. For some people, that might not be a good thing.
I see. Yeah, that's why I think we are here to educate people what is the fermentation and what is koji and what is miso, so I can explain better to customers.
I feel as though this is going to be an umami bomb.
Right.
That's you're laughing because you know what I'm about to experience, right? I feel as though it won't be positive. I'm a big fan of umami, so I'm very much looking forward to this. Okay. Again, the smell. Right off the bat, you know you're going to experience something that's possibly going to take you out of your comfort zone, right? Is that how the first reaction people have?
Right. They couldn't believe that's miso made of croissant.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe. Yeah, cheese you taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what croissant smells like, but that's okay. So sounds like it does have an umami-like smell to it. Again, blue cheese is coming back. I know I'm repeating this, but I'm anyways. All right, let's have a little bit. Should I go for the full thing or just the whole thing? Come on. Really? I'm going to do a little bit. Okay, this does not taste as much as what it smells. It has a very nutty profile. And you know what? Because I know now that it's croissant, I kind of feel like there is croissant happening taste in my mouth because of the butter aspect and the nuttiness. You know that crust of the croissant when you bite into it? That flavor that comes at the back of your mouth? This is that intense flavor right now. Wow, I'm going back for more. It's very creamy as well. How do you explain the creamy aspect?
I think it comes from the animal products like butter of croissant. Because croissant usually has a lot of butter in it, so that's probably comes from there.
This is a croissant umami bomb. This is insane. I've never tasted anything like this before. It's so good. I can just imagine putting that in cookies, putting that in sauces, putting that with vegetables. This is an insane playground for people who love to cook and explore flavors.
Right.
How do you feel when you tasted this for the first time? How did you feel?
I was so surprised that it's really like really cheese taste. I couldn't believe like really, it's croissant. But as you mentioned, when I had it, it tastes like slightly croissant taste. So it was like really interesting to. It was like really really discover for us to transform from food waste to miso way.
In such a delicious way.
But I was gonna use croissant miso for the cooking, but because it's really tasty with the alcohol, like I just eat as it.
You're with a real foodie when. This is so good.
It was really interesting transform. Yeah.
Wow. And these are flavors I have never experienced before in my life. So you're creating something completely new.
Yeah.
Wow.